Welcome to Rampage TV, another day of hockey, and fortunately we have our internet problems fixed.
Oh yeah!
So we are good to go. We shouldn't have any technical issues at all.
Thanks to Force Broadband for coming out and working hard to get that updated and fixed.
Yeah, they were here last night, got us back online to catch an exciting overtime thriller, and but we won't have any issues today, knock on wood. So welcome back to the Caja playoffs. We are in day number 4 now. This tournament starting, actually day number 3. This tournament started on Thursday, and we are now getting close to figuring out the final rounds here. And we're going to do a little bit of a playoff recap. We're going to start with the standings. If we go to the standings, we're going to start with the 14 AAA and the 15 AAA division. Rocky Mountain Rough Riders and the Colorado Thunderbirds, two teams advancing. And one of the playoff games, the finals games, was played just prior this afternoon. And the Rough Riders ended up with a victory over the T-Birds in game 1 of a best-of-3 series. So Rough Riders currently rolling this weekend, 4-0. Thunderbirds are 2-2. Okanagan finished 1-2, and the Rampage finished 0-3 on the weekend. Looking at the 15 AAA division, last night a huge game that we broadcast. Obviously internet issues. Hopefully we get some of our viewers back from last night, but what an incredible hockey game. The Rampage, after going down, they fought back in the third period, solid forechecking effort. Ended up getting a controversial power play goal with just under 2 minutes left to go in the game. Game went into overtime, and tough turnover behind the net led to a one-time shot out of the slot. Goaltender Ethan Moser, who had a great game, had no chance, and that sent the Rough Riders to the 15-0 finals. And we will be broadcasting game 2 of that series later tonight. That's the third of 3 broadcasts this evening. Let's turn our attentions now to the 16U division. That got wrapped up this morning with, wrapped up in terms of who's advancing. Thunderbirds and the Rough Riders, they play a game, and I'm not sure, David, if they even played that game. They didn't need to, as Springs and Rampage were eliminated coming into today's competition.
Right.
Earlier today, the Colorado Springs Tigers defeated the Rampage 4-2, and kind of a we need to get this thing done game.
Exactly.
Kind of a low energy affair. So that'll be a best 2 out of 3 series between the Thunderbirds and the Rough Riders. And then turning our attention now to the 18 AAA division, which is what we're focused on. This will be the final pool play games. We're going to be bringing both final pool play games today. The first one featuring the home team Colorado Rampage against the visiting Thunderbirds. Right now the Rampage 1-1 coming into this game. They dropped one to the Rough Riders and defeated the Colorado Springs Tigers 5-2. The Thunderbirds come in 0-2, eliminated. So this is an opportunity and a must-win game for the Rampage if they want to advance and take on the Rough Riders in the best-of-3 finals. We'll take a look and find that Rough Riders Colorado Springs scored. I think that one's being played over at the Air Force Academy. Yeah. I'll have to double-check on that.
I need to get online.
Oh, no, sorry. I apologize. 18 AAA, that's going to be right after this game. We're going to be broadcasting.
That's right. We're broadcasting.
So, our fault. We'll have the Rough Riders Tigers coming up right after this one.
It's been a long morning, guys.
So, we'll know pretty much after this game who advances, although the Tigers keeping themselves alive with the potential victory over the Rough Riders. However, a head-to-head, if it goes head-to-head, Rampage will have that tiebreaker. So, simply a playoff game right now for the Rampage, David. It's a must-win game.
Oh, absolutely. This is, especially this time of year within the playoffs, you have to win. There's no off days. Every game is a must-win game. The Thunderbirds are thinking the same thing. This is an absolute must-win. They shouldn't lose to the Rampage here. They should have the advantage on the Rampage in their minds, but the Rampage, hey, they can win any game on any given day, and we've seen with good goaltending and a little bit of discipline, anything can happen. So I'm excited to see what happens here.
I think the big difference is right now playing for pride. The Thunderbirds have nothing to gain with the victory other than a little finishing the season on a high note. Obviously for the Rampage, a lot more at stake. Obviously if they lose this one, they're eliminated, and they're clearing out their locker rooms next week. If they end up winning this one and advance, good opportunity for them to advance to the Rocky Mountain District Finals. If they can win the best 2 out of 3 state finals. So this one, a pool play game, a must win.
Yeah.
get the Rampage into the championship, give them an opportunity to advance their season past this weekend. So we'll take a break now on the World Sports Broadcasting Network, and we'll be back for the drop of the puck after these. Welcome back to Monument Ice Rinks for the final pool play game between the Colorado Rampage and the Colorado Thunderbirds. Should be an exciting one. We'll go through the lineup here for Rampage. Number 12, Gage Perry at forward. Number 28, Colin Kreisen at forward. And number 91, Aiden Raddick forward. We'll see what the lines show up when they get on the ice. It'll be 25, Gavin Barr with 34, Joey Vinogel. Number 22, Chris Molenthal. Number 9, Liam Waugh. Number 8, Chase Levin. Number 5, Garrett Lindsay. Number 21, Lance Scott. And number 96, Sebastian Elrod. A scratch today, and a big player that's going to be missing from the lineup is number 29, Creeker Owens. At D, number 27, Alec Fish. Number 17, Truman Wurst. Number 44, Grant Burback. Number 79, Max Wilkinson. Number 3, Connor McLaughlin. And number 28, Grayson Rockenbach. In net for the Rampage is Hunter Farr. And for the Thunderbirds, Joey Caudry. Number 16, Brody Clark. Number 23, Finley Lauer. Number 15, Thomas Forgrave. Number 94, Christian Carter. Number 27, Deegan Sellers. Number 10, Joseph Solomons. Number 24, Roman Templeton. Number 13, Ethan Rose. Number 81, Jacob Wynn. At D, number 7, Anthony Scarfoni. Number 22, Mason Kindop. Number 4, Brandon Hemmer. Vincent Hasara and Remy Ustari. Will be Hayden Lee in net. Here we go as the puck is getting ready to be dropped. Thunderbirds control the draw. In the neutral zone they come. Cross the red line, they'll dump it deep. Rampage chasing after it. Off the boards it goes. Raddick chips it out. And the Thunderbirds shot on net. Puck over the half wall. Picked up there by the T-Birds. They'll start from behind their net. Slow things down here and come out on a controlled 0-5 breakout as they get a line change. Picked off there in the neutral zone. Thunderbirds get 2 more forwards onto the ice. And they'll skate it into the zone, drop pass, nobody home. And Wah comes up with it. Wah skating down the ice. Picked up by the Thunderbirds and reversed back up the half wall. Through the neutral zone, Thunderbirds will dump it in. And Rampage will chase after it, chip it off the backhand up to the corner. They'll battle on the half wall here. As Rockenbach will ice it. And we'll get a face-off. Back down in the Rampage defensive zone to the left of number 33, Hunter Farr.
Yeah, not quite the start you want to see if you're a Rampage fan. Spent a little bit too much time down in the zone. Just got to get control of that puck and get those tape-to-tape passes, get rid of this icing that we've seen.
Colin Kreisen will step up to take the draw. He's got Burback on D with Wilkinson. And in the D zone it'll go here as Thunderbirds fire it wide, chase after it in the far corner. Up on the half wall, Rampage battle for it. Picked up by the Thunderbirds in the corner now. Played by Burback, going up to the point. And a nice job there by Rampage. Molenpaw came out to block that shot, stopped the Thunderbirds from firing it. Goes in the neutral zone. Rampage control now. Here comes Wilkinson. Wilkinson passes over to Molenpaw. He'll fire it, cross ice dump. Rampage will chase after it on the forecheck. Thunderbirds chip it out of the zone. Rampage will have to regroup. Picked up by Fish. Fish in the neutral zone fires it off the wall back to the Thunderbirds, and they'll regroup in the neutral zone. So a little back and forth here. Cross ice play, intercepted. Back to the Rampage defense. Even worse. Turns the puck over, shot on net. Nice. Looks like Fish got a piece of it. Farr makes a save.
Having a little trouble entering into the zone. So far I've seen a couple times we get down to the blue line and we're dumping it in. I'm not sure if it was just because they were tired at the time or not. We definitely want to get some more controlled entry into the zone and spend some time down there.
Worst overhandling it there. Got by two players and then turned it over. Coach not happy, telling him to move the puck. I like the first move, but the second, third move, it's tough. Thunderbirds on a shot, save made by Farr. And out of the zone, here comes Elrod down the ice. He'll skate it, drops it off. And a shot on net, goes high and wide, wraps around, back to McLaughlin. He throws it back down deep. Chased after there by Elrod. Thunderbirds were able to skate it out of the zone. Chips it up, into the neutral zone it comes, and it'll be Wilkinson. Fires it back up the ice, onto the tape of Scott. Scott dumps it in off the glass, and chased after there by Liam Waugh. Waugh gets bottled up in the corner, picked up now by the Thunderbirds, and they'll skate it out of the zone as Waugh gets upended. Back behind the net. Here comes the Thunderbirds through the neutral zone. Blocked there by Burback. Good play there, stepping up by Burback. He's got the puck on his stick now, off the boards and out of the zone into the neutral zone. Glove down by the Thunderbirds. Nice skate play there, and here comes the T-Birds into the zone. Save made by Farr. That was a good play by Scarfoni. A nice move, entered the zone. Shot on net. Farr makes easy glove save, and we'll get a face-off to his left.
Hey, good job on Scarfoni to make the play, knowing that he's going to take a big hit. Good job to buckle down, just get the shot off, and hey, good job on Perry stepping up, making sure he had pressure on him, and didn't have a clear shot at the net.
Chase Levan on the draw. Gets to Wilkinson. Wilkinson fires it around the boards. Perry plays it on the half wall. Burback now with it. Burback turns, maintains possession. He's accosted by two Thunderbirds players. Comes free, and up to the point it comes. Shot on net. Goes over the net. Wow, will battle for it. It's Scarfoni on the point. And wins that battle. Here comes Perry now into the zone. Perry pulls up, shot blocked, and it squirts up to the blue line. Thunderbirds will get it and regroup. Joey Winogle there providing pressure. Nice job by Winogle. They'll get it back down to Perry. Perry cycles it down deep. And Kreisen now battling in the corner with it. He gets bottled up. Gets some help there from Winogle. Molenpaw onto the ice. Third man high. He just enters the play. Worst bottles up his player, gets some help from Molenpaw. Carter's forced to dump it down around the boards. Picked up on the half wall. Sellers in the corner. Adding a Salmons. And it squirts free to Worst. Truman Worst. Breakout pass up the ice. Nice play by Molenpaw. He tries to get to Winogle and can't quite get it to him. We're going to get an icing with 15:54 left to go here in the first period.
Thunderbirds are doing a good job so far, keeping the pressure down in the Rampage zone. Like I've said before, they're doing the little things right. They're making passes, they're getting it deep, they're winning the races. That's why they're spending more time down in the zone.
Face off to the right of Farr. And Scott loses the draw. Thunderbirds working off the half wall now. Farr on net, tip. Farr makes the save. Salmons was right there at the doorstep. Farr covers, holds the rebound, and we'll get another face off to his right. Radek will step in, take the draw. Aiden Radek loses it again. Thunderbirds from the point, shot on net, blocked out front by Scott, hits his shin pads, and he chips it up to Radek. Radek able to skate it out of the zone. He'll chip it to the middle of the ice, and here comes a shot save made. That was cleared out of the zone, and back down deep. Bachenbach for Thunderbirds.
Ooh, he took a bit of a spill behind the net, settling down that puck. Luckily, it didn't cost him there for him.
Back to the action here. Thunderbirds in the neutral zone. D-to-D pass. Cross ice pass intercepted by the Rampage. Thrown back down deep. And Wilkinson will pick it up on the blue line. Gets his own play here. Picked up by Radek. He gets knocked off the puck. Thunderbirds control. They'll skate behind their own net. Hold up. And picked up there. Good forecheck pressure. Here's an opportunity for the Rampage. Can't quite connect though. And out of the zone it comes. Burbach now with it. Back up the ice. Chipped in. And picked up by the Rampage. Tries to get it in front of the net. Gets knocked to the ice. Radek does. And T-Birds able to clear the zone. Roll back to middle ice, intercepted there. Here comes Lindsay. Gets it knocked off his stick. No offsides though as Vinogle picks up the loose change. Vinogle skates it through the corner behind the net. Gets some help there from Kreisen. Up top now to Worth. Shot on net. It got tipped out front. Looked like it went off Vinogle. And goes harmlessly into the corner. Rampage providing the forecheck pressure. Thunderbirds will clear it. We'll get an icing here. And a face off. Back down on the other end.
Rampage, it's a good opportunity for the Rampage to set up down in the zone. They've finally got the face-off down there. We'll see what we can do. Let's see if Lance Scott can win this face-off here. Looks like he did.
And the Rampage
just squeaked out.
D-to-D pass. Worst fires across ice into the corner. Going up the wall. And through the red line, they dump it down deep. Chased after there by McLaughlin. Elrod on the half wall gets it to Scott. Scott across the red line, fires it in. Save made by Lee. And chipped up outside into the netting. We'll get a face-off in the neutral zone. 13:31 left to go here in the first period. Scoreless game. Not a lot of shots on net. Action seems to be a little bit tilted in the Rampage favor right now. We just need to start gaining a little more possession and getting some opportunities. We need to get more pucks to the net right now.
Yeah, I think the Rampage need a bit of energy. I hear a bit of griping and back and forth on the bench. It's not something you need this early in the game. They got to settle down. Everybody's got to get up, get in the game, start moving in the same direction. They're going to have a little bit more success. But right now it seems a little bit fractured. The energy's not quite there. And I think it's leading to these mistakes that are causing them not to maintain possession in the zone.
Face off at center ice. It'll be number 8, Chase Levin. He's joined by number 12, Gage Perry to his right. And Liam Waugh, the left wing. Thunderbirds chip it in. Blocking cross ice pass through the middle. Perry picks it up. Offsides as he made one too many stick handles there at the blue line. Just got to get that inside the zone. You're that close to the blue line. You've got to attack that blue line, get it across, and then make a move. Now, obviously, you're having to battle the Thunderbird defenseman and using that stick, but that's where you have to have some urgency, David, right there to get that puck in.
Urgency and awareness. You need to be moving with speed, but also if you have to stick handle, make sure it's parallel to the blue line. I mean, there's no reason to bring it back, but also if you're moving with speed down into the zone, you're not going to have that problem. You're going to get past the blue line in a blink of an eye, and you'll enter the zone just fine.
In the corner now, Perry skates around.
Off the door there.
Stolen, and the Thunderbirds able to come out of the zone. Jump back in. Here comes Wilkinson. Makes a nice move. Wilkinson with an opportunity. Shot gets blocked over the net. And Molenpaw tries to keep it in. Does a nice job there of doing that. And he'll skate after it in the corner. Thunderbirds wrap it around the wall. Picked up there by Garrett Lindsay. Lindsay up top to Wilkinson. Wilkinson at the point. Back to Lindsay off his skate. He loses it. Puck squirts to the middle. We're going to get a penalty here. As it looks like number 7, Scarfoni, is going to get a high stick. He got his stick up there.
It was a high stick and a half, I tell you what. He basically just got his stick caught up high. It kind of went from a high stick to a hook, dragged him down, looked a little uncomfortable, but Paw's got it right. He'll be able to get back on the next shift and do some damage.
Well, first big opportunity here for the Rampage with 12:35 left to go in the first. They're going to their first power play of the game. It'll be Radek with Perry. See if I can see the side. 96 Elrod. We're back. And number 21 Lance Scott forward playing up at the point. So 4 forwards and 1 defenseman. Rampage power play. They've got 2 minutes to see if they can put something together. Burback loves it down, passes it over. Scott with it. Scott cross ice play. Shot on net, goes wide. Elrod back up to Scott. Scott on the point, fires it back down to Elrod on the half wall. Cross ice play to Burback. Burback shot on net. Blocker save. And the Thunderbirds able to clear. Rampage will have to regroup in the neutral zone. Scott getting across to there. Does a nice job pulling up. Finds some time and space. He'll skate it into the zone. Scott across the blue line. Shot on net's blocked and up into the netting. We'll get a face-off in zone. 1:30 left to go in the power play.
They've wasted about 30 seconds of the power play here. Not a lot of possession with urgency. Really want to see more shots on net. It's been, we're almost 8 minutes into the period. We really haven't seen that much in shots. You'd almost want to have, 5, 6, 7 shots on net at this point, so we're a little behind there.
Off the draw, they'll blow the whistle, do it all over again. Perry's going to get kicked out. Radek will step in, take his position. Crucial face-off here. Rampage Thunderbirds, and it'll be Rampage gaining possession. D-to-D pass. Burback now. He holds and shot on net. Save made by Lee. He'll cover.
Sometimes you got to get that shot off just a little bit quicker. He allowed Lee to get over, get squared, make that save. If he takes that, does maybe 1 stick handle, 1 stride, and gets that shot on net, maybe he can catch Lee unawares. But good job getting it on net, nonetheless.
Shot's a shot. Face off to the right of Lee. Won by the Rampage. Burback throws it down into the zone. He can't keep it in as the Thunderbirds are able to clear. And Burback will skate after it. Stop behind his net. We'll set up an 0-5 breakout here. Here come the Rampage with speed. Pass up to Radek. Radek across the blue line. Shot on net's blocked off the boards. And Thunderbirds control. They'll chip it out of the zone. Not out of the zone. Now they get it out. Burback in the neutral zone waiting for it. D-to-D the worst. Rampage will get all 3 forwards to change here. As Garrett Lindsay on the ice with Fish. Chase leaving. And Liam Waugh. Fish to Waugh. Waugh fires it around the boards. Worst slips over off his point to pick it up. And he'll walk to middle. Shot on net. Save made by Lee off the blocker. Easy save for him. Kept in by Worst. Worst passes it over to Leven. Leven fires it behind the net to Waugh. Waugh stops, turns, protects it. Up to the point to Worst. Worst over to Burback. To Fish. Fish shot. Tip. Rebound attempt there. Nobody home. Here's an opportunity. Worst shot. Big block there by Salmons. And a pile up in the corner. Rampage maintain possession as the Thunderbirds couldn't clear it. Worst keeps it in. And that'll be it for the power play as the Thunderbirds come back to the ice 5-on-5. So a couple opportunities for the Rampage.
Not a bad power play. They spent the majority, if not all of the power play down in the zone. They had some good possession, got some shots on net, just didn't succeed.
Thunderbirds in the neutral zone. Costed by Lindsay. And they're able to dump it down deep. Picked up there. Oh, Fish loses it. And Friesen there to pick up and help his teammate out. That could have been dangerous. Cross ice play picked off by the Thunderbirds. Here they come through the neutral zone. They'll dump it deep, not all the way into the zone though, and play will be on the half wall. And chipped out by Molenpaw. Thunderbirds will regroup in the neutral zone. D-to-D pass. They go up the strong side wall. And Nice play there.
Good hit.
Rocking back to.
It's a smart move by the defenseman to step up right at the blue line or just before, make it so he has to dump it in and lose possession.
Back behind the net. He'll chase it down and get a change. Good energy shift for number 11. Haven't seen him on the 18E lineup. We'll get a little bit more information about his entrance tonight. Shot on net, save made by Lee. Rebound attempt. Wilkinson tries to throw it back in front. He'll chase behind the net after it. He gets checked in the corner. Scott there to help out. Radek to back him up as the third man high. Elrod on the ice will take over for Wilkinson, and Burbach has to regroup here by himself. He'll skate it back into his zone. Up the ice to the red line, off the skate, turnover here, and luckily for Radek, he was able to regroup and pick it back up. Radek now, couldn't quite get it deep. Thunderbirds will control it. Oh, here's a turnover shot by Elrod, just goes wide, so an opportunity there. Misfires. Back in the neutral zone it comes. Wilkinson, nice pass up to Radek. Radek, right back to the Thunderbirds. Got to get that deep there.
Yeah.
And the Thunderbirds misfires on the shot. We're back in good position. A little toe drag play. Stand on it. There's a good block by Liam Waugh. Here comes a potential 2-on-1. If Elrod can hurry, he's got help. Waugh dives for it, but good job by the Thunderbirds to come back and get it.
It's one thing you can always count on from Liam Waugh is shot blocks and a hard-working shift.
Cross ice play up to Waugh. Waugh pulls up, fires it down deep, chased after there by Leven. The half ball comes, blocked by Waugh. Off his stick, he couldn't control, and the Thunderbirds cleared up into the netting. And we'll get a face-off inside the Thunderbird defensive zone. 7:56 left to go.
No, I'm not sure I've seen number 28, Grayson Rocking back out there. I wonder if he maybe switched numbers, but
oh, that's probably what.
Can't say I've seen 28 out there. But we'll find out between periods.
28's Colin Kreisen, David. So yeah, we'll get it figured out.
So we just have a messed up number.
No, we didn't have him on our sheet. Oh, he was 28. Yeah, you're right. That's the misstep there. So yeah, Grayson Rockenbach. My sheet had 28. You're right. Mostly I should be saying that to you all the time. You're right, David.
I'm always right, but don't ask my wife that.
I'm the one that makes mistakes. Here comes Thunderbirds with speed. Fish takes his player out. No penalty there. That was close as he got his stick on the Lauer.
Yeah.
Kept his feet moving though, and I think that's what kept from the penalty coming. Had he stopped moving his feet, and that's a great lesson for defensemen.
Exactly.
You come in, stick on puck. If you keep moving your feet, the referee's going to keep the play going. If he would have stopped moving his feet and used his stick to hang on to Lauer there and ride him, definitely would have been a holding, hooking, and wasn't, so nice job by Fish.
Yeah, I'm no ref, but I mean, it seems 9 times out of 10, if your feet are moving, they'll give you the benefit of the doubt, say, hey, he was trying to make a play on the puck, he was making a play on the player. But if you're coasting with your arms outreached and your stick parallel to the ice, well, you're going to get a penalty most of the time.
Thunderbirds win the draw, went up to the point, shot went wide. It was kind of a trickler of a shot. Rampage control, turnover there. Rockenbach up to the point, fired across. Thunderbirds shot on net. Nice block there by Molenpaw. He'll chase after it. So just what you like to see in playoff hockey. Players getting out into the shooting lanes and blocking shots. That's here's
huge.
An opportunity for Kreisen. He's going to skate out. Lee's going to play it into the corner. And Kreisen now comes off the half wall with it. Maintains possession. Tries to turn. Gets knocked off his stick. He'll throw it back to Burbach. Burbach will regroup. Here comes Burbach with some speed. Makes a move on first forecheck pressure. And here he comes in the zone. Turns it over. Wilkinson now stops. He'll come the other way. Chips it off the referee. And he'll continue on with it. Wilkinson, shot gets blocked out front, and looked like Lee got a piece of that from this end. Tough to tell. Here comes the Thunderbirds back the other way. Carter fires it in front. Sellers was there, couldn't get a stick on it. As Carter looking for that. He'll play nice job there by Aiden Radek. Weak side wing, right down in that slot. Just took away a beautiful potential backdoor play right through the slot there.
Very
so Radek.
Smart place.
That would have been probably in the back of the net. That would have been a real good opportunity for the Thunderbirds, but Radek playing good defensive zone coverage there. Here comes the Thunderbirds again, through the neutral zone, across the red line, into the zone. Farr will hang on to it, cover it. We'll get a whistle to his left with 6:02 left to go.
And you see what each individual play, the importance that it could have. Whether it be a shot block, whether it be a defenseman keeping his head up in front of the net and getting that puck out to the boards. Every little second, every little play in this power play game, or this playoff game, is of the utmost importance.
Chase Leadon loses the draw. Thunderbird shot goes wide. And chased after there by Waugh. Back on the T-Birds stick. Around the boards it goes. Fish will hold on to it. Out of the zone it comes. Worst will skate it out. Worst comes across the red line into the zone. Defenseman shot on net. Blocker save. And down the ice, Rampage will have to regroup. Chipped in. And it'll be Kreisen skating after it. Lindsay tries to fire it on net. Kreisen tries to push it in front. Lee makes a save. Here's an opportunity. Lindsay barely missed there. It just goes wide as puck was laying right in front of Lee. Couldn't quite find it. He was trying to find it to cover it. Lindsay just goes wide with that shot. Ogle throws it back down into the corner. Back behind the net. Lindsay, good forecheck pressure. Tried to get it out front. Gets help from Ogle. He's tripped up. No call there. Scott now with it. Scott gets held up. He'll continue on moving his feet. Nice work by Scott. Tries to make a move. He gets knocked to the ice. And the Rampage continue to pressure here. Lindsay keeps it in. Fires it around the boards. Picked off there by the Thunderbirds. And Ogle lays his shoulder and kept in by Rockenbach. And Ogle cycles it back down deep around the net. Lindsay protecting. He gets pushed under the boards. And he gets some help there from Scott. Back around. And here comes the Thunderbirds with some time and space. Not really using the time and space. A lot of gliding there. And Rampage able to regroup pretty quickly in the neutral zone. Not really sure what the defenseman Scarfoni was doing there. Gotta get your feet moving. 4:15 left to go here. In the first period, it'll be a face-off in the neutral zone. Number 91, Aiden Raddick will take the face-off. Elrod to his right, and Molenpaw on the ice with him as well.
Great pressure so far. Nice job keeping it in, getting a shot on net. Just got to keep possession of the puck just a touch more.
Rampage gets the puck, throw it back down deep, steered behind the net by Farr. Go back, the fire around the boards. Molenpaw picks it off from there. He can't keep it on his stick. Salmon's now with it. As Molenpaw unable to get control of that puck off the referee's back, and it goes back across the blue line. So Rampage tried to clear it. Hit the referee in the back, goes back offsides. Automatic offsides means a whistle in the neutral zone. Face off here, 3:38 left to go in the period. It'll be Perry, Levin, and Waugh. Levin will step in to take the draw here.
It's halfway a tough break as they were trying to get it out of the zone, but it's also fortuitous as they're able to get 5 pairs of fresh legs out on the ice.
And a potential icing as well, so that face off in the neutral zone as opposed to the D zone.
Very true.
Levin gets kicked out. Gage Perry will step in to take this draw. Thunderbirds control. D-to-D pass. Defenseman steps across the blue line. Shot. Farr steers into the corner. Easy save for him. Going back behind the net. Chased after there. And Fish able to get to it. He'll chip it up the boards. Kept in on the half wall by the T-Birds. They'll battle as it's stuck in some skates.
It's in his pants.
It is in his pants. That fell right between the back of his leg into his socks. That's number 23, Finley Lauer. Lauer originally born and raised in Aspen, left to go to Toronto as a young boy, play hockey in Toronto. Nice to see him still playing here with Thunderbirds. Number 8 for the Rampage. Levin passes it to Worst. Worst will fire it around the boards for Perry. Perry skates out of the zone with it. Perry to Levin. Levin across the blue line. Shot on net, blocked. And to the half wall, the Thunderbirds are able to pick it up. They'll skate it back into the zone. Create a little time and space, and out they come through the neutral zone. It's a one-man show here. As all the Thunderbird players look like they got a change. One player up remaining on the point here, and he's got the puck, throws it right back. That was Clark, number 16, skating that out of the zone. Really an individual effort there. I don't think he got his head up once to see if he had support. He was bent on getting into the zone by himself.
He did also have the speed to get it done, and sometimes if you got the speed, you see the defensive player sitting back on their heels. Sometimes you take a chance and just go for it. I think his whole plan was worst case scenario. He's just gonna push the puck into the net through sheer force of will. And it worked. They were able to enter the zone, but unfortunately they end back up in their zone, and the Rampage have an opportunity to set up.
Icing on the Thunderbirds. We'll get a face-off to the right of Lee. Rising will take the face-off. Thunderbirds control. Let's get it back behind their own net. Mason cannot. And out of the zone it comes. Off the back. Keeps it alive off the glass. Held up there, and Ogle will throw it down deep. He gets dumped to the ice, no call there. Thunderbirds off the wall and not out of the zone. Good job for the Rampage to hold that blue line. And Thunderbirds with some room here. Here they come up the ice. Wilkinson got caught out of position, but gets back, recovers nicely. Lays a check on his man. Burbach helps him out in the corner. Up top here is an opportunity. Boy, right off the stick of Rose. Good opportunity, and he is frustrated with that. And he's got to turn around as he's heading off in disgust.
Man,
and able to turn and break that play up. And boy, Rose just takes a big hit from Wilkinson. So double whammy for Rose as he fans on the shot and then just gets leveled by Wilkinson.
That's a rough shift.
And Rose skates over to the bench. He is not happy.
Wilkinson took a big hit earlier in the shift. It was good for him to get back on the positive end of things. But yeah, for Rose, I mean, hey, I don't care who you are, what level you're at. If no coach is gonna love you if you're spending time slamming your stick, reacting, rather than being in the play or getting off the ice.
1:31 left to go here in the first period. Still a scoreless hockey game. Here comes Radek. One-on-one. He holds up, waits for some help. Gets it over to Scott. Off his stick. Thunderbirds will control. Going back behind the net. Picked up here by the Rampage. Shot on net by Scott. And locked down. Thunderbirds grab the rebound. And out of the zone they come, except for Perry. Nice work by Perry. Gets it to Wah. Wah now tries to get it in front. Lee blocks his route off. And the net comes off its moorings. We'll get a whistle. So again, good forecheck pressure. Just giving the Thunderbirds all kinds of problems coming out of their zone.
Yeah, they've certainly rebounded here where they're definitely leading in the physical play, the possession play, and they're getting shots towards the net, making the goalie work. You just got to slowly chip away at him. There's 41 minutes left in this game. There's a lot of time left. If you can keep chipping away at him, eventually you're going to crack the wall and you're going to put pucks past the goaltender.
Leaving on the draw. Thunderbirds with possession. They'll skate out of the zone with it. And stopped there nicely by Laughlin. Good stick as he stepped up at the blue line there. Good gap. And Thunderbirds have to regroup deep in their zone again. They'll fire it up the wall as the Rampage almost got caught with too many men. Change there, but everybody was in the right spot, so no call. Chipped into the zone. Wilkinson off of Molenpau's stick. And around, Thunderbirds out of the zone. Rampage regroup, D to D. Here comes Wilkinson with a little bit of speed. Nice pass over to Lenogle. Lenogle now, top of the circle, shot. Save made by Lee. Puck goes to the far half wall, and it's iced down by the Thunderbirds. We'll get another icing call. 15.7 seconds left to go. If you're the Rampage, hopefully you've got a nice face-off play here, ready to go, and win this draw, get a good opportunity off this.
Yeah, you got 15 seconds. You're going to have you'll have 3 shots max, but really the first shot's going to be the most important. You want to get possession off the face-off and get a quick shot on net, hopefully get a rebound or two. But yeah, that first one's going to be the most important.
Rampage, Elrod, control off the draw. Elrod gets knocked down, hand pass to Scott. We're going to get a whistle. As he was laying on the ice, he gave a pass back to Scott, and that'll take the face-off out into the neutral zone with 10 seconds left to go.
Can't hand pass in that offensive side of the ice. So does take away the great opportunity, but they still can certainly win the face-off and get a good opportunity or shot on net.
Scott will take the draw again. Elrod and Radek, along with Burbach and Wilkinson. Thunderbirds win the draw. Wilkinson will step up. In control on the blue line. Throws it up the ice. That'll do it here as the Thunderbirds will get it deep. We'll get the buzzer.
Oh,
pushing and
jeez.
shoving here.
Cross-checked him in the face. You can't do that, Elrod, bud.
So
I don't care how mad you are, man. You just can't do that.
It'll be Elrod and Roman Templeton for the Thunderbirds. Those two getting into it right at the whistle. We'll see what the call is. Getting some yelling from the parents. That's where the zero tolerance should come in.
Yep. Nobody needs to hear it from the parents.
Elrod's going to the box, so an undisciplined penalty right at the end.
It is the end of the period there.
You could tell there was a little bit of taunting. Elrod said something to the bench.
Yeah, the bench was giving it to him. He was giving it back. I mean, it was there was some unnecessary, unsportsmanlike conduct from both sides there, and well, it ended up with a poor decision on.
Yep. So that'll cost the Rampage. It looks like. We'll see what the calls are, and we'll have a full recap. We're going to take a break for the first period intermission. Join us back here in about 15 minutes. As the Zamboni resurfaces the ice, these teams will take a break. Rampage, Thunderbirds get a chance to regroup. And we'll be back live for the second period on the World Sports Broadcasting Network and Rampage TV. Welcome back to Rampage TV for the start of the second period. It's a scoreless hockey game between the Colorado Thunderbirds and the Colorado Rampage. It's a must-win game for the Rampage. If they win, they'll advance to the state finals, best of 3 series. If they lose, their season's over. For the Thunderbirds at 0-2 right now, their season is essentially over after this game. There's no way they can advance, and so this is the last couple periods they'll have for the 22-23 campaign, but certainly playing for pride.
Yeah, now if you're the Thunderbirds, sometimes you even play just as hard, even harder, because this is your last time on the ice for the year. This is your last time with this group of guys. You as a family, you want to go out strong. You want to take down anybody you can. So I expect a couple of hard periods from the Thunderbirds. The Rampage have their work cut out for them.
Always a good position to play spoiler. It'll be number 21, Lance Scott, taking the face-off here. So the penalties, it'll be Rampage on the penalty kill for the next 2 minutes, as Sebastian Elrod took a 2-minute double minor for roughing, and Roman Templeton for the Thunderbirds gets a 2-minute for roughing. So 4 minus 2 equals a 2-minute power play for the T-Birds, and here they come. Carter through the neutral zone. Skates in the middle of the ice, passes it up to the point. D-to-D pass. Scarfoni shot on net. Blocked there by Wilkinson as he stepped up from his D position. And the Rampage will clear it down the ice. We'll get an icing here. And a face-off to the right of number 33, Hunter Farr.
A very hard-working game from Wilkinson so far. He's laid out a couple hits, blocked a couple shots. You can always look for him for a strong defensive game. Very hard-working. So I hope to see more of that from him.
Number 8, Chase Levin stepping up to take the draw here. They'll go against number 16, Brody Clark for the Thunderbirds. Minute 30 left to go in this Thunderbird power play. They'll control off the draw here. Lauer to the half wall. Back down deep. Lauer will stay up at the point. And he'll get the puck. Lauer, D-to-D pass to the middle of the ice. Scarfoni cross ice play as the T-Birds set up in a 2-3 formation. Looking for those cross ice seams. Like to go D-to-D and then find that cross ice play back to the face-off dot. They did there. Clark will step in to take this draw for the T-Birds, and it'll be Raddick this time. Number 91, Aiden Raddick for the Rampage. Referee will blow it dead. And here we go. Puck drops, Thunderbirds control again. Back up top. D-to-D pass, Scarfoni. Lauer cross ice play. Off the mark there. Thunderbirds will have to retreat all the way back behind their net. Scarfoni will slow it down and skate up the ice with it. Pass up the ice. And the Thunderbirds getting bottled up in the neutral zone here. Skated in by Brody Clark. They'll throw it back up top. And again, mishandled there by the T-Birds. Myra will chase after it in the corner. Wilkinson plays his man. T-Birds control. Half wall. Shot on net. Tip goes wide. Wilkinson got a stick on that. Burback battling below. Raddick will help him out. And Thunderbirds maintain control up top now. Clark, nice job by Raddick. Blocks the pass, throws it down the ice, and we're going to get an icing. And a face-off down in the Rampage defensive zone with 17 seconds left to go on this draw, or in this power play. So Rampage doing a good job keeping the puck to the outside, not allowing any chances.
Doing a tremendous job keeping everything away from the net, just like you said. Keeping it out of the house, which is an area between the dots as well as the center of the ice. So they're keeping it to the outside, getting out of the zone. So far they've done a great job of killing it. 15
Rampage
seconds left.
Win the draw, Fish off the glass, and out of the zone it comes. Rampage have to regroup. Picked up by Brandon Hemmer. Hemmer, D-to-D. Ustari fires it around the wall. Picked up there by the T-Birds. They'll throw it off the stick, and Rampage able to collect it. They'll chip it up and out of the zone. Thunderbirds regroup. Good job plugging up the neutral zone again for the Rampage, and they'll get it deep. Here comes Winogle. Winogle shot on net. Easy save by Lee. Steers it aside to Rose. Rose will chip it out of the zone. Rampage regroup. Fish. Rocking back Winogle. Tries to chip to the middle of the ice. Turnover there, and here comes Rose. Rose fires it deep. And picked up by Rockenbach behind the net. He gets accosted there, and puck gets turned over. Rockenbach does a good job regrouping. And And Thunderbirds skate out of it with it. Rockenbach gets beat, shot on net and a goal. So Rockenbach gets beat out of the corner. Rose streaking down through the slot, and he finds his stick, and it's in the back of the net. No chance there. So what looked like a harmless play, a couple of miscues by Rockenbach turns into a turnover, and it's in the back of the net.
Yeah, Farrar had no chance there. He, it was a perfect pass out of the corner to someone streaking down the middle. Ultimately, that comes down to the weak side of wingers and defensemen. It's their ultimate job to cover the middle of the ice there, whether it be a winger dropping down and covering his guy or a defenseman staying home. One or both of them just were out of position and led to a wide open goal for the Thunderbirds.
So 17-14 left to go here in the first. T-Birds strike first. Break the scoring. It's 1-0. Tough turnover by the Rampage. After the action, going back behind, Chase lead a little bit. He gets checked off the puck by Perry. Going out of the zone, Rampage have to regroup. Burback up the ice to Perry. He's way offside as number 9, Liam Waugh, is about 10 feet offsides there.
Yeah, it's even though he was so far offsides, it's one of those you might think it's intentional. But he had no idea his other player was all the way across the ice offside, so they're just going to put it just outside the zone.
Chase Levin will take the draw here. Thunderbirds control. And here they come through the neutral zone. Carter pulls up, fires it towards the net, steers aside, and Wilkinson out with it. Here comes Wilkinson with some speed. He'll dump it down deep on Lee. Lee will control it. Big collision by Thunderbirds and the linesman. Cross ice play. Here comes the T-Birds. Makes a move. Good job there by Scott playing defense. Doesn't get beat by that move, and Gage Perry with it. Perry stops behind his net, comes back the other way, buys a little time and space, and he's able to come out of the zone cleanly with it. Dumps it on to Lee. Lee will cover, drop it, and moves. And a forecheck pressure by Waugh, can't get it out, so good job there for the Rampage. Take away a little time and space, and a shot on net by Scott off the side of the net. Waugh throws it out front. It comes up to the point for Fish. Fish shot. Blocker saved by Lee. Steers it to the corner. Owenpaw with Fish. There's Fish all the way down from his point. He'll get some coverage there by Scott. And that puck is tied up there. Referee telling him to play it on. Still tied up in some skates. Scarfoni will step out with it. They'll get played by Raddick. And here it comes out now to Scott. That's with Scott. Tried to make one too many moves. Here's a shot, and he makes the save. Raddick got his backhand on it. I think if you wanted to do that over, just have Scott fire that thing. He tried to make one too many moves, but Raddick ends up getting a backhand. Lee stands tall.
Yeah.
Face off.
No, that's when getting a little bit too cute in front of the net does you a disservice. Sometimes you just gotta whack it. Sometimes you just gotta fire it on net, whack the goalie, see if you can get a rebound. Getting a little too fancy, sometimes it does you a disservice.
Face off to the right of Lee. Colin Kreisen will take the draw. Garrett Lindsay and Joey Minogle to his left. And Rampage win it back. Going back down deep. Minogle will work out of the corner, get some help there from Kreisen. Thunderbirds come out of it. Good job there by Lindsay to step into the play and keep it alive for the Rampage. Kreisen still battling with it. He gets help now from Lindsay. Thunderbirds able to release pressure and skate it around the net. Casara up the ice, passes to Rose. Locked there at the red line and dump back down deep. No icing. Lee will stop it behind the net, and Kreisen will forecheck after it. Thunderbirds able to get it out of his own cross ice pass back in the neutral zone. McLaughlin will have to chase after it all the way down. No icing. He'll have to play behind his net. Over to Rockenbach. Rockenbach plays the body, and Lindsay throws it up off the boards onto the stick to himself, and here comes Kreisen now. Kreisen across the blue line, gets it knocked off his stick. Turnover there, and the Thunderbirds win. Able to get it over to Templeton, and Templeton cross ice dump. Rampage will chase it down. Wilkinson, D-to-D pass to Burback. Burback now chips it up into the air, into the neutral zone. Knopp with it. Nice tape-to-tape pass. Here comes the T-Birds. Clark with some speed across the blue line, and again, Clark slowing down at the blue line, making that strange slowdown, and that's just an automatic offside.
Asking for it.
Again, keep your feet moving. You've got to see that blue line. You've got to keep your feet moving. you can slow it down and look for that pass, but you got to get across that blue line first. So.
And to that same point, I mean, he took that big old hit from Wilkinson there. I mean, refs reminding Wilkinson not to maybe hit him so hard after the whistle, but I mean, hey, if that play had kept going on, Clark slowed down and made himself a vulnerable target for Wilkinson to lay him out, and that's exactly what happened. So
Chase leaving. Take the draw in the neutral zone. Going up against number 5, Josh Codier. .14-12 left to go. 1-0 Thunderbirds in front. Must-win game for the Colorado Rampage on home ice here. Get all the comforts of their locker room and home building where they practice. Hopefully works to their advantage if you're a Rampage fan. Chase leaving now. Tries to cycle it back to Waugh. Dumps on to Lee. And
easy does it, boys. Easy does it, everybody.
Pushing and shoving. And players with their hands up high. Lee will cover it. No harm, no foul there. I think we're going to let him play on.
No, I mean, in a game like this, the Thunderbirds are going for all respect. They're not going to be messed around with. Rampage have something to lose here, so they're going to be fighting and fighting and fighting. So I don't expect the physicality to let up over the course of the game, but hopefully these players can remain smart, keep it fair, keep it clean, and roughhouse within reason.
No harm, no foul. We'll stay 5-on-5. Leadon will take the draw to the right of Lee. Referee all set, and he'll drop the puck. Thunderbirds win it. He'll fire it out of his own, kept in by Burback. Kusatari back to Burback. Burback now will cross ice dump it. And he'll be chased after there by Gage Perry. Perry loses the race to the puck. Thunderbirds able to clear. Park across. And here comes the T-Birds in the zone. Nice work by Wilkinson to step up. Keep that puck held up there on the half wall. Good work there by Levin. Oh, a turnover here. Shot on net just goes high and wide. Sellers now will keep it alive. Throws it up top out of the zone. Thunderbirds have to regroup. Dumped down by Hemmer. And T-Birds are off sides. 13:22 left. And again, we're just seeing a lot of weird, slow play on the defensive side of the blue line.
Yeah, no, we're seeing a lot of neutral zone play because, well, both teams, like you said, are acting just kind of weird around the blue line, whether they're entering or whether they're playing defense. So both teams are kind of struggling getting into the zone cohesively and with fluidity.
With speed.
Yeah, so we're just seeing a lot of choppy neutral zone play. Hopefully one of these teams figures it out and we can see a little bit more in-zone play.
Lauer gets into the zone, passes it across. T-Birds, Lauer down low, loses the puck. And here comes Scott. And Scott up to Elrod. Elrod shot on net off the post as he had Lee beat on that far side. And no goal. Radical chase after it. Scarponi fires it around to Salmons. Stopped there by Scott on the half wall. They'll battle for it. Got some help with Radic. Going out front, here's an opportunity. Elrod just misses high as he had a point-blank opportunity on Lee and just fired it over the top of the net. Rockenbach down from his defensive position. Real forward check. He gets knocked to the ice. And the Thunderbirds able to get out of there. Rockenbach tied up. And those two still tied up down. Rockenbach will have to get on sides. He does as here comes Scott across the blue line. Shot on net. Blocked there by Scarponi. Rebound held by Lee. Molenpaw skates in on Lee and he'll take a shot. The referees are going to have to take control of this game.
Yeah.
It's the one problem when you let a few pushes and shoves happen. Next thing you know, things are getting a little bit more intense and players take a few more liberties.
See, they're going to let that go. I mean, conceivably, you could call the late slash on Lee here. You certainly, if you're going to call the late slash on Lee, you call the roughhousing in the corner. If you keep letting that go, that just becomes fair game for everybody. So if the refs want to have an easy game, they're going to have to make some assertive decisions here.
Joey Winogo will take the draw here, although he's going to get kicked out. Both players will. Molenpaw will step in. Go up against Rose. Molenpaw wins the draw. Winogo back to the point. Wilkerson shot gets blocked by Rose. And the T-Birds able to clear it. Lindsay on the back check. And Thunderbirds able to collect it and get it across the blue line. Off the referee's stick, up to the blue line. Cross ice play. Another cross ice play intercepted. And Rampage battle against the half wall players down on the ice. See if the referee blows it. And this is exactly where we get into problems, and we're going to get a penalty here.
Shouldn't have gone to that point, though.
Shouldn't have gotten to that point. You blow the whistle, the player's laying on the ice. A couple pushes and shoves. Lindsay turns around, shoves his player. His hands are high, gets him in the head, and now it's Lindsay going to the box. And the Rampage will go on the penalty kill here. I don't agree with that call. You take them both and you send a message. I don't think Coach Clark agrees with it either.
It's very much too little, too late. You had plenty of opportunity to stop that play before it got to that point. You let him play it out.
He's talking about the play in the corner down here. If he's going to call that, why isn't he going to call it? So it's got to be consistent. I can see why he's frustrated at this point.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, there was just as egregious a cross check down here in the corner. Now you can't just decide to pick and choose. You can't just decide you're gonna dictate the game at this point. It's either you're calling a strict game or you're calling nothing. You can't just pick and choose.
A little confusion here. As Owen steps onto the ice. Scott tried to get on. They kicked him off. Owen Paw's got to go back. Wilkinson in the corner. He'll kill it. Hold on to it in the corner. Try to freeze it. Kill some time here. He steps out with it. They're back. Now he tries to freeze it on the boards. Picked up by the Thunderbirds. Up top now. Cross ice play. Dropped it here for Lauer. Lauer walks in the middle. There's that cross seam play. Shot on net. Goes wide. And off the boards. Farr will cover it. Minute 36 left to go in the man advantage for the Thunderbirds. Scott will be able to get back onto the ice. And Chase Leadon will join him. Looks like Truman worse. Nope. It'll be Burback and Wilkinson staying on the ice here. And Scott will take the draw. Thunderbirds win it. Scarfoni up top. He'll hang on to it. Throw it back into the corner. Thunderbirds working out of the corner now. Throw it back up to top. Back to the middle of the ice now. Scarfoni cross ice seam pass. Back up top. Again, setting up in this 2-3. Rolling into an umbrella. Tried to find Lauer. Couldn't get on his stick. Lauer, though, will collect it. Down in the corner. Lauer hangs on to it. Up to Scarfoni. Scarfoni walks the blue line. Passes back to Lauer. Lauer will switch spots with him. There's the one-time play. Fanned on. Thunderbirds will regroup. Here's a shot on net. Save made by Farr. He'll glove it. And we'll get a whistle. It's number 94, Christian Carter. Fanned on the one-time attempt. Got the puck back. Gets a shot on Farr. He makes the easy save, and we'll get a face-off to his left with 59 seconds left to go in the man advantage.
Some of the Rampage are doing a good job of keeping the power play to the outside, making sure that they don't have any clear opportunities to the middle of the zone or the front of the net. So I like what I'm seeing. Unfortunately, you don't like to see them on the penalty kill like this, but they're doing a good job so far.
Thunderbirds will skate all the way back behind their net, set it up. 0-5 breakout here on the power play. And up the ice comes Brandon Hemmer. Throwing it down deep. We're going to get an icing here as an errant pass through the neutral zone. Toss the T-Birds a face-off in their own defensive zone just to the right of Lee. And another 10 seconds off the clock. 41 seconds left to go on this man advantage. It'll be Fish and Truman Worst on D for the Rampage. Radek and Elrod. Elrod has come the closest today to scoring for the Rampage. Hit the post earlier this period. Thunderbirds win the draw, and they'll turn it back and start from behind their own net. Here they come, up the ice. Passes across, and dumped down all the way around the boards, up to the top, kept in by Hemmer. Down in the corner now, Thunderbirds have it, up to the half wall. Back down to the corner. Rampage doing a good job playing aggressively. Worst with Elrod. And it comes up top. Hemmer, shot on net. Gets blocked in front. Looks like Worst got his shin pad on that. That'll do it for 2 seconds left to go in the man advantage. And we're going to get a cross-checking call. And that'll be, looks like Remy Pusateri We'll go to the box here for 2 minutes for cross-checking. So an opportunity for the Rampage with 2 seconds left to go on their penalty. They'll go up a man here. 2-minute power play here in 2 seconds. So an opportunity for the Rampage to try to tie this game up.
Absolutely. It's been a rough start to the period so far. The Rampage have spent a lot of time in the penalty box so far. So after 2 seconds here, they'll have 1:58 seconds on the power play. Maybe they can get some work done and tie this up.
Wow, lose the draw. Controlling in the corner. Wow with it. Wow, battling in the corner. We get some help there from Scott. Puck comes up top towards Elrod. He'll switch. Scott will take the point position. Cross ice play. Connect with Radek up top to Burback. Burback cross ice to Scott. Back to Burback. Burback over the half wall to Radek. Radek looking for that cross ice seam pass. One timer by Burback just goes wide. Elrod with it. There's a wraparound attempt. And it got caught up in the Thunderbirds defenseman. Great defensive play. Burback now. Shot blocked. So the Thunderbirds laying out for these shots. Kept in nicely by Scott. Radek now tried to cross ice seam play. Here's a shot on net. Blocked in the goal. Right out front is Liam Waugh. He was all alone and he stuffs the rebound in. So a tremendous power play for the Rampage. Putting the pressure on. And it's number 9, Liam Waugh, there to knock it in. And it's a 1-1 hockey game with 9:07 left to go.
Hey, that's exactly what you wanted. After all this time spent on the disadvantage, take the opportunity to get on the advantage, get some shots on net. Thunderbirds are doing a tremendous job blocking shots, keeping everything to the outside. But man, you get chance after chance. Eventually one of those pucks is going to go through. The hardworking Liam Waugh was in the right place at the right time, was able to bury it home. Great job by the Rampage there to tie it up.
Colin Kreisen takes the draw. Hassera gets it on his stick, throws it up. Winoga will pick it off and take a hit from Hassera. He'll get it deep though. Takes a hit to make a play. And Molenpaw chases after it. Thunderbirds reverse the flow. And out of the zone they come. Through the middle of the ice. Stopped there by Rockenbach. He'll chase it. Back in the corner. His opponent loses an edge, goes into the boards. Kreisen now with it. Kreisen up to Winoga. Winoga takes a shot, and Thunderbirds able to keep it in. Rockenbach fires it around the wall. That's a panic play, and that's going to be an icing. They had time there. Just turn, get it up, chip it out in the neutral zone. Instead, they'll get an icing and a face-off.
So in a time when your brain and your eyes disagree, your brain tells you, oh, I don't have enough time. But if you get your eyes up, take a look, you find out you have about 5 seconds or so to get that puck off to somebody and not waste that time in the icing.
Chase Levin will take the draw to the right far. Won by the Rampage. Fish turns and off the boards, gets it back up to Perry. Perry back to Fish, and here come the Thunderbirds. 1-on-1, Fish plays his man, throws it back out front, and we're going to, no penalty there as play on. Nice job by Fish. Shot on net. Looks like Fire got a nice blocker on it. Thunderbirds buzzing a little bit here, but Rampage able to get it out of the zone. Through the neutral zone they come. This is Waugh. Waugh. Oh, he's tripped up. No call there. I can't believe that's not a call as he stuck his knee out. Shot on net. Doesn't get through.
It's a clear trip. Right in front of him, too.
Here comes Templeton with some speed. Templeton gets it knocked off his stick. And Scott with it now. Here comes Scott through the neutral zone. He's got some speed. Scott across the blue line. Makes a move. Gets it knocked off his stick. Stays with it. Scott still with the puck. He'll skate around. Turn, throws it back. Tried to wrap around the strong side and gets plugged off there by Thunderbird's defense. So good awareness by Scott. Stopped the flow. He had Lee to the far side. Lee had committed. Gone from his right to left to that left side post. And Scott turned and tried to jam it home on that short side and was blocked there by the Thunderbirds defense. So heads up play there.
Yeah, great play.
The T-Birds. But good job there for the Rampage's Scott. Elrod, Sebastian Elrod, number 96, will go up against Templeton here to the left of Lee. And Elrod wins the draw. Shots blocked by Templeton. He's hurt.
That hurt.
And he took it right in the back of the leg, and that's a dead leg. He's going to struggle to get off the ice here.
Caught him right above the kneecap there. He had got knocked down, and the puck just, right above the kneecap, right on that tendon that connects your patella there. Caught a couple of those in my day, and man, it hurts. He's going to be all right, luckily. But man, it's going to be a major bruise, and he's not going to be walking right for about a week.
We'll see if that takes Templeton out of the game. Boy, that was a hard shot too.
Yeah, no, man, I feel for Mr. Templeton there. That's nothing but sheer pain right there.
Face off will be to the right or far in the defensive zone. Gage Perry on the ice. Chase leaving. We're back. Wilkinson on D. Power play here for the T-Birds. I didn't see what the call was. I was focused on Templeton, but Thunderbirds on the power play. Blocked there by Wilkinson. So back to killing in this second period. Thunderbirds shot goes wide. Lauer can't keep it in. And the T-Birds have to regroup all the way down in their own end. Scarfoni with it. He'll stop. And Lauer with the puck. Here comes Lauer through the neutral zone. Skates to the middle of the ice. Gets it set up. Pressured there by Perry. And Perry forces it out of the zone. Nice work by Perry. Seal up the wall there, and Scarfoni to Lauer. Lauer back to Scarfoni. Scarfoni up the ice. Here he comes. He'll pull up to the blue line and actually keep skating it down into the corner. Gets hit by Burback. And picked up by Perry, and Burback with it. Burback skates behind the net, reverses the flow, fires it up the wall to Perry. Perry, nice job to take some time, but again, more time than he had there. He ends up firing it down for an icing.
Yeah.
Again, just take a little bit of time. You've got a couple seconds. Easy chip out of the zone, soft chip. Avoid the icing.
Those are the little mistakes that are going to come back to haunt you. You know, you get away with it now, but hey, you got a minute left on the penalty kill. You just wasted an ice rather than dump it in the neutral zone and make something productive. Hopefully this doesn't come back to bite you here.
Rampage win the draw, chipped out of the zone, and chased after by Elrod. Elrod wins the race to the puck. Nice work by Elrod. As the Thunderbirds able to get some numbers back and help out. Hemmer with it behind the net. Hemmer now. And behind his net, he'll skate it out. Passes over to number 90 for the T-Birds, Pusateri. And a half wall. Rampage and T-Birds battle for it. Rampage come out with it. It comes up top though. Asura. Gonna walk down to the half wall. Fire it to the middle of the ice. Pressure there by the Rampage. Cross ice pass. Shot on net. Far with the save. That was number 15, Thomas Forgrave with the shot. Rampage will get a change. T-Birds will keep their players on the ice. 18 seconds left to go in the man advantage. 5:31 left to go here in the first period. It's a 1-1 hockey game. Again, a must-win game for the Rampage if they want to advance to the state finals, best of 3. Certainly, if you're Colorado Springs getting ready to play the next game against the Rough Riders, you're certainly rooting for the Thunderbirds at this point.
Absolutely.
Down the ice it goes, chased after there. Two players bump into each other. Some pushing and shoving.
Got to do something about this. I mean, Mullenpaw took a bit of a line that was unnecessary. At the very least, the ref should be chewing out Mullenpaw for doing that, starting that whole interaction. If you're just going to let it go, you're just going to see more of it. You know, I hate to rag on the refs, but at a certain point, you have to take control of a game that's turning into a bit some rough one like this.
You're seeing a lot of chirping too as Mullenpaw skated past the Thunderbirds bench. A lot of chirping coming from the bench and Mullenpaw back to the bench.
Yeah.
Those are the things as an official. You've got to curb. You've got to get control of this game. Otherwise, especially for a team like the Thunderbirds where the shot on net just goes wide. And especially in a team like the Thunderbirds, they don't have anything to play for other than pride. There's an opportunity. T-Bird's shot goes up and a goal. So pile of bodies down low. Farr was out, and it just bounced out onto the stick of the T-Birds player. And I think that was Lauer. Tough to see.
Yep.
I believe that was Finley Lauer. And gets it on his stick. Farr was down on the ice.
Two defensemen on top of him.
All he had to do was put it up high. No chance there, and it's a 2-1 hockey game.
Yeah, it's one of those. Unfortunately, defenseman fell on fire. He wasn't able to cover it up. So defenseman, you need to make sure either the goaltender has a clear shot to the puck, or you get that puck the heck away from the net.
Pinned off for the T-Birds. Misstep on the neutral zone pass, and the Rampage will regroup in the neutral zone. Broken up there. Picked up here by Wilkinson. He's got some room. Passes it over. Shot on net. Save made. Wilkinson in front for the rebound. Couldn't get a stick on it. And the T-Birds able to clear it off the glass and out. Knocked down there by Perry. Law with it. Nice move there at the blue line. Gets it across. Shot on net. Lee covers it.
Nice shot.
Some nifty handwork there by Liam Waugh, showing his talent. Able to get the shot on Lee. Lee covers it with his glove. And get a face off to his right.
I for sure thought Waugh was falling down there, but he was able to use the toe, bring it back quickly to the position where he was able to get it off quickly. Was in a terrible position to shoot, but man, using his strength and coordination, he was able to get it on net.
Matt Scott will take the draw. He's got Sebastian Elrod to his right. And number 91, Aiden Raddick to his left. Elrod will step in as Scott's kicked out of the face-off circle. Chirping some instructions to both players, and he'll drop the puck. Won by the Rampage. Up top, shot blocked. Here's an opportunity. Kind of a weak backhand shot by Scott. Lee makes the easy save. Rampage control. Elrod out of the corner. He's accosted. Knocked to the ice. Oh, sorry, that was Raddick. Knocked to the ice. And Elrod picks it up. Skates through the slot. Shot on net. Block goes wide. Raddick before check comes up to the point. Another shot blocked in a possible post there. That almost turned into a breakaway opportunity. And the Rampage controlling the neutral zone. Rocking back. Up to Raddick. Here comes Raddick in the zone. Raddick. Cross ice pass. Here's an opportunity. Shot. Big save by Lee as Scott. Got a nice pass from Raddick. Able to get it on net. Here's another shot. Lee with the right pad save. Steers it to the corner. Thunderbirds will wrap it around the boards. And Scarfoni with it will chip it out of the zone. Picked up in the neutral zone by Truman Wurst. He's got to wait for Winogle to get onside. Winogle does. Throws it down deep. Forecheck pressure here. Lindsay couldn't get it. It was coming right off that wall, and he wasn't able to get his stick on it. Thunderbirds able to get it out of the zone and down deep. Fish with Winogle. Picked up by the T-Birds. Coming out of the corner with it. Shot on net's block. Back on to Winogle. He'll throw it back to Fish. Fish backhands it up the boards to Winogle. Winogle chips it to the middle. And Garrett Lindsay tries to pick it up in his skates. He does a nice job. Gets it to Kreisen. Kreisen into the zone. Kreisen throws it on net. Lee with the left pad save. Kreisen picks it up behind his net. Skates all around the top of the circle. Pass up to Wurst. Wurst shot just goes wide. As Lee had down low covered, Wurst tried to find that near side low and missed the net. Icing by the T-Birds with 3 minutes left to go. We'll get a face-off to the right of Lee. So some pressure applied here by the Rampage after giving up that second goal. It's important to get that second tying goal before the end of this period.
Absolutely. You never want to go into the break down one, and especially going into a break, it's the utmost importance to get a goal. Going into the break with a goal in the last couple of minutes gives your team such a momentum boost going into the locker room. You tend to come out of the locker room with that same sort of momentum and energy.
We're back.
Woo! Right at my face.
Shot. If no netting was there, I would be on my way to the hospital. As Perry has the shot tipped, came right up into the netting. And yep, that was face level.
That was right on us.
Face off outside. So must not have gone off anybody. I thought a knuckle puck like that.
It certainly helps me notice the holes in the net here that are if the puck does hit.
We have a couple here that would definitely cost us a few teeth.
Right.
In the neutral zone, Thunderbirds with it. They'll skate it across the blue line, dump it down deep. Blocked by the Rampage's Burback. Kept in alive on the point. Trickled to the net. It just goes wide. Lauer now with it. Lauer gets squeezed off the puck by Wilkinson. Wilkinson using his body and speed. Nice job by him. He gets it up to Perry. Gage Perry across the blue line. He pulls up. Shot on net. Just goes wide. He had players streaking, but went
shoot
past
low.
everybody.
Gotta shoot low.
Gotta shoot it low and gotta shoot it to the short side, not the far side.
Yep.
Shot on net. Here's another opportunity. Waugh just missed. He had Waugh. It was Scott streaking in. Waugh battling in front now. And Wilkinson will pinch down to keep that in and keep it alive. Lauer throws it off the boards. Kept in by Wilkinson. He gets some help there. Wilkinson now keeping alive. Shoots it on net. Oh, and Perry just with an opportunity. Couldn't quite get to it. Perry will throw it back in the corner. Thunderbirds behind their net. Pressured there by Scott. Puck comes up to the half wall. And kept in by Raddick. So again, more forecheck pressure. Thunderbirds forced to ice it. We'll get a face-off back down to this end, right to the left of Lee. So again, good pressure by the Rampage. We just like to transition that into some more puck time, get things set up, and try to get more shots on Lee. But good pressure right now.
Oh, tremendous pressure. This is where you see the effort coming through. It's not clean, it's not pretty, but when you have effort, you're going to end up on the offensive. So if they can keep this up and just clean up the little things like passes and shots, they're going to be in good shape.
Scott loses the draw. Puck wraps around the wall. Kept in there by McLaughlin. McLaughlin battling on the point, gets some help from Scott. Scott McLaughlin on the half wall. Scott better be careful there. Getting warned by the referee. A couple extra shots to the head, and there's a slash, and I'm surprised.
They're still going at it, yeah.
Scott still going at it. Scott laid a two-hander
something, man.
right in front of the official. And I'm telling you, David, if these officials don't
ridiculous.
start taking control here, we're going to see some ugly hockey this third period.
Now he's going after Scarfoni for complaining. But, like, seriously, like, I hate talking bad on the refs, but the last thing I want to see is someone get hurt. And if you let a game keep going like this and someone just feels a little too comfortable, someone's going to get hurt. It's the last thing you want to see. That's what those refs are in there for.
Leaving up against Templeton here to the right of Farr. And Leaving wins the draw. Fish throws it off the glass, goes into the netting. And we'll get another face-off to the right of Farr. 1:18 left to go here in the second period. It's a 2-1 hockey game. T-Birds cashing in. Off a loose puck in front of the net. Lauer able to pick it up and fire it over a goaltender that was on his belly with two defensemen on top of him. He had no chance. And that's the story so far. Thrown back down deep by the T-Birds. All the way around. Rampage will chase after it. Worst with it now. Comes out of the corner. No turn. Good job by Worst. 1 minute now left to go in the period. Perry. Backhand pass gets turned over. And the T-Birds in the neutral zone now. Caught flat-footed. Carter able to get his feet going. And the T-Birds able to enter the zone. Going back out front. Tipped there by Fish. And here comes Perry. Perry across the blue line. He's got guys streaking. Throws it on net. Lee with the blocker save. And redirects it out of harm's way. Leaving now. Throws it up middle of the ice. Picked up by Scarfoni. He'll get it into the zone. Verback will chase it. Verback had Elrod open. Finds Waugh. Nice pass by Elrod. Oh, couldn't find Waugh. Had it on his stick for a second. Just slipped off. And Elrod will forecheck. Get some help from
10 seconds
Waugh.
left.
10 seconds left to go. Shot on that, and here's a goal. A beautiful play by number 9, Liam Waugh. He throws it right on net. It hits Lee. Lance Scott is there to bury it, and that's a huge goal with 6 seconds left to go in the second period. And we talked about momentum. Probably couldn't strip that any better with 6 seconds left to go into the period with the tie game.
Hey, yeah, that's exactly what you're looking for. If you're going to score a goal in those last couple of minutes, you're going to want to score it with 6 seconds left. You're going to have all the momentum. Most likely the Thunderbirds aren't going to be able to generate any sort of momentum or power going forward. The Rampage are going to be able to go into the locker room feeling confident, feeling positive, knowing that it's essentially a 0-0 game heading into the third, and the third period is going to be for all the marbles.
What a heads-up play by number 9, Liam Waugh. There's another opportunity. Rampage that's blocked as they ran out of time. That was Raddick. But what a heads-up play by number 9, Liam Waugh. He picked that puck out of the corner, and all he did was just throw it hard to the net. He knew time was winding down, and Lee unable to control that shot. It came from basically the goal line, and it just bounced up enough for Scott to step in and get a stick on it. And wow, what a great finish for the Rampage, and a do-or-die matchup for them. They tie it up 2-2, and we're going to take a break, get the ice resurfaced, and we'll be back for an exciting conclusion to this hockey game. It's 2-2 Rampage and Thunderbirds on the World Sports Broadcasting Network, brought to you by Rampage TV. Welcome back to Rampage TV for the start of the third period. Colorado Rampage versus the Colorado Thunderbirds. State pool play playoff game. Game 3 of 3 in pool play for the Rampage. With a 1-1 record, they dropped their first game of the Rough Riders, beat the Tigers 5-2. And this is a must-win for them if they want to advance to play the Rough Riders in the best 2 out of 3 state finals, which will begin tomorrow. Face off won by the Rampage. Fish chips it up and chipped into the zone by Radek. Skated after there by Elrod. Thunderbirds throw it around the boards. Worst shot on net from the point, goes high and wide. Fish will pick it up on the opposite point. He'll fire it around the boards. In the corner it goes on the half wall. Thunderbirds able to get it out, and Truman Worst makes a move there. A couple nice moves. Fires it deep, and he'll go for a change. Liam Waugh on the ice. Rockenbach steps out, and Thunderbirds with an opportunity. Nice stick by Rockenbach to clear it back into the neutral zone. Thunderbirds have to regroup. Gage Perry, forecheck in. Going to the middle of the ice, and here comes the T-Birds with some speed. Tries to get it to the net, around the back of the net, and a shot and a goal. What an individual effort by Carter. As far, I don't know what happened to his left foot there. It came off the goal post, and Carter with some speed. It was a great neutral zone transition. Found him with speed through the middle of the ice, and Carter skated all the way around the net. Far, for whatever reason, he had his left skate off that post, and he found it right there. It went off his skate. It was kind of a redirect bank pass off his skate into the back of the net, and there you go. Momentum right back to the Thunderbirds as they take a 3-2 lead with
great play.
Just over 19 minutes left to go in the period. Plenty of time, but that certainly takes the wind out of the sails of the Rampage, trying to capitalize on some momentum heading into this period.
Oh, that momentum they won with that goal. 6 seconds left. That's been gone.
Wow, in the corner with Levin. Thunderbirds throw it around, and Perry will seal off the wall. Force the Thunderbirds back the other direction. Through the middle of the ice, out of the zone, onto the stick of Wilkinson. He chips it off the wall to Perry. Perry cross ice play to Waugh. Waugh with some speed on his backhand. Tries to throw it out front, gets accosted by the Thunderbirds defenseman, and the T-Birds able to come out of the corner with it. And here they come through the neutral zone. One-on-one here against Wilkinson. Wilkinson forces the dump. Burback goes to pick it up, and Forgrave will continue the forecheck pressure, and the Thunderbirds will come up with it. Templeton now with Forgrave in the corner. Burback and Kreisen battle there. As the puck gets held up against some skates, referee keeps telling them to play it on. Puck squirts free. Burback now fires it back behind to Wilkinson. He's got a little bit of time. Up the ice to Kreisen. Kreisen gets hit from behind, and another cross check. And again, a couple cheap shots there. Could have been a call.
I understand letting them go, but you got to keep control of the game if you're going to do that.
Scott on the forecheck pressure. Kreisen goes off for a change. Elrod on the ice. And Scott with it now. Gets it deep, tries to get it to an ogle. Tipped off the stick, and here comes the T-Birds. Through the neutral zone, into the zone. Nice move there. Kept outside though by Fish. He'll cycle it to Templeton. Templeton out of the corner. Perhaps here's an opportunity, and another opportunity. Farr makes the save as Rose couldn't get it on his stick, and it came all the way out to Scarfoni. Scarfoni fires it on Farr, and he makes a save and covers. We'll get a face-off to his left with 17:22 left to go. It's a 3-2 hockey game as Lance Scott steps in to take the draw. He'll go up against number 16, Brody Clark for the Thunderbirds. Scott wins it back to Worst. Worst fires it around the boards. Elrod tries to chip it out. He does, and it gets onto the stick of Radek. Here comes Radek across the blue line. Shot just fanned on it, and it trickles onto the goaltender loose there. A little dangerous for Lee. He's trying to cover it. He does, as a fan shot almost ended up in a great opportunity.
It seems like the posts are causing a bit of trouble for the goaltenders. Whether it be, Farr meeting up with the post, or it looked like we had a goaltender just kind of get out of position. Lee was a bit scrambling there, was on his belly rather than making good connection with the post there. Kind of scared him a little bit. Looks like the defensemen are a little worried as well.
Lance Scott, Radek, and Elrod, along with Rockenbach and number 3, Connor McLaughlin. Face off to the left of Lee. Has a word with the official about his stick. The official said, yeah, it's a pretty nice stick. It's lightweight. It's nice. Steered to the corner and off the draw. Thunderbirds control. Stop behind their own net. Up to the half wall. Lauer will skate back behind. Throw it around to the boards. Out of the far corner. Chipped out of the zone. Lachlan will negate the icing as it went off him. Rockenbach just turns and fires it around the boards. Elrod stops it. Chips it up. And here comes the Rampage Scott. Backhand save made by the blocker of Lee. Easy stop for him. Thunderbirds control. Gage Perry forces a turnover. Gets the puck down deep. He's held up there by the T-Birds player. Those two go at it. No call there. Burbach with it. Burbach skates back behind his own net. And he'll stop. Get some movement with his forwards. He'll skate through the neutral zone. All the way by himself and just fires it around the boards. Chase leaving now with it. He loses it. And the Thunderbirds able to come out. Here comes Truman Worst. Passes to the side to nobody. He gets on the Thunderbirds stick. And here's a pass back to Wilkinson. Wilkinson now with some speed. Rampage change. Slap shot goes wide. Molenpaw can't get to it. And here comes the T-Birds. So 1-on-2. Shot on net. Far off his glove over the top of the net. Wilkinson behind the net battling for it. Wilkinson pass up to Molenpaw. Molenpaw moves his feet up to Lindsay. Lindsay gets knocked off the puck into the ice, but Kreisen now with it. Kreisen shot, glove saved by Lee. He'll hang on to it. We're going to face off to his right as Lee heads over to the bench. See if he gets a new hockey stick. We'll see. Nope. Went over to say hello.
It looked like maybe he's having trouble with his blocker hand. I heard someone needed ice between periods. I wasn't sure exactly who. Not sure if it's him or whatnot, but it seems to be having trouble with that right hand of his.
Takes off to the right of Lee. Kreisen loses the draw. Thunderbirds possess it and throw it up the wall. Worst pinches down and loses that battle. Here comes the T-Birds 1-on-1 against Fish. Makes a move, shot far with the save. Rebound out front, cleared out by Molenpaw. Back to the Thunderbirds though, up at the point. Here's a shot on net. Nope, he's going to fake the shot. And another shot, great block there by Kreisen. Molenpaw and Kreisen both stretching out, block that shot. Lindsay can't connect with it. And the Thunderbirds will chase back. Thrown out of the zone by Scarfoni. Rampage going to get back on side. They do. Clark battling with it against Scott. With Scott there, right in front of the T-Birds bench. And thrown down deep, Elrod will chase after it. Thunderbirds reverse pressure and stop behind their own net. Up the ice into the neutral zone. Rockenbach intercepts that. Nice work there by Rockenbach. Picked off by the T-Birds though, and here they come. Drop pass, here's an opportunity. Good back check pressure by Scott. Takes out his man. And behind the play, some more hacking and whacking. The referees let it go. Up the ice it's thrown. And no offsides here as the Thunderbirds able to clear it. Wilkinson off the boards, back into the neutral zone. And the Rampage will get a wholesale change. All three forwards on the ice. Thunderbirds with a lot of time to throw it down deep. Chased after there by Rose. He can't get to it. And Waugh out of the zone it comes. Back in. Offsides as Rose was all the way back at the bottom of the face-off circle. And we'll get a face-off in the neutral zone with 13:56 left to go. Stick around for our next broadcast. Immediately after this game, it'll be the Rocky Mountain Rough Riders versus the Colorado Springs Tigers 18U Division. The last of the pool play competition. If the Rampage win this game, they're automatically in. If they lose, then they're going to be hoping that the Rough Riders pull off the upset. Yep. Wow with it. Through the neutral zone he comes. Across the blue line. Shot on net. Goes wide. He'll chase after it. Leaving. And Perry on the forecheck. Perry tries to hold off the half wall. Here comes the T-Birds out 2-on-2. Burbach and Wilkinson will be dumped in, and Burbach will chase back behind his own net. And it's picked off by the T-Birds, thrown out front, right to the stick of Waugh though. Waugh, nice cross ice pass to Wilkinson. Wilkinson back to the middle. Perry's shot just goes wide. And the Thunderbirds will ice it. So a good transition there, a couple nice passes. unable to get a good quality shot on Lee, but nevertheless, getting into the zone with some speed and possessing the puck. Like to see it.
Oftentimes that's the hard part, is to getting into the zone with speed and confidence. They were able to do that. Just messed up a little bit, trying to get the puck towards the net, but hey, I'll take it. If they can get into the zone, that means that they can set up multiple opportunities going forward. They can set up these sorts of face-offs and generate more opportunities.
Minogo, play whistle dead. They'll do it all over again. Minogo's going to get kicked out of the draw here. So again, another opportunity for the Rampage. Offensive zone face-off, chance to gain possession. Minogo steps out, and it'll be Molenpaw. Thunderbirds win the draw. Behind their net, cross-ice play. Here comes Park through the middle. Park played by Fish. Park shot blocked by Fish up into the netting. And we're going to face off to the left far. So a late second period goal, 6 seconds left, tied the game. And then 19 seconds into the third period, the Thunderbirds able to capitalize on a great individual effort. And it's a 3-2 hockey game. Minogo, number 34, will step into the draw against Roman Templeton. And Rampage will come out with it. Garrett Lindsay now through the neutral zone. Skates it across the blue line. Shot right into the shin pad of the Thunderbird defenseman. He'll get it out of the corner. Picked up there by Rockenbach. He gets knocked off the puck. Molenpaw helping out. And out come the Thunderbirds. Lindsay, a nice check there. Slows things down. And Molenpaw chips it behind the net for Laughlin. He throws it back up towards Molenpaw under the Thunderbird stick. And here comes Molenpaw now. Finds Minogo. Thunderbirds. Wow. That was Rose going after Molenpaw. He stepped out of the way, and boy, Rose went awkwardly into the boards backwards. He goes straight to the bench.
So you're doing a little bit too much.
Burback now. Skates through the neutral zone with it. Nice work by Burback to get it in deep. Shot on net, just goes wide. Elrod chases the rebound down, chips it back down behind the net. Thunderbirds, reverse flow. Thunderbirds trying to get it out. Good forecheck pressure again applied by the Rampage. Elrod down there with Scott. Thunderbirds skate out from the corner with it. Right behind their own net. Up the ice and out of the zone it comes. Burback will have to chase it down. Fired all the way around the boards. Picked up there by Raddick. Raddick turned over there to Carter, but Scott gives him some help. They'll throw it back in the neutral zone for the T-Birds. D-to-D pass. And Lauer with it now. Lauer across the blue line. Lauer gets knocked off the puck by Levin. And a shot. Here's a thrown on net. Cordero was there. I don't think he got a stick on it. He just threw it on net, and Farr didn't have a stick on the ice. It went off his inside pad. And just like that, it's a 4-2 hockey game with 11:29 left. And if you're the Thunderbird or you're the Rampage coaches, you're probably in a little bit of panic mode right now.
Yeah, as a coach, you give the goaltender one per game. Well, that's Farr's one per game. That was a bad goal on his part. He's got to be ready for that. Got to be set to get that puck, and it just looked like he wasn't expecting that shot to come by and just squeezed in. So,
well, that's true this period on Farr that he's been caught sleeping.
Arguably, honestly, that could have been his second where, it's just not in position, not quite ready. Just got to get his head back in the game. There's plenty of time left to get 2 goals, but for Farr right now, he's got to buckle down, put those goals past him, forget about it, and be the best that he can be for the next 11 minutes and 22 seconds.
Now the Rampage in a big hole with 11:22. They've got the face-off to the left of Lee inside their offensive zone. Worst shot on net, goes wide, picked up by Fish on the other side. He'll throw it down deep. Behind the net is Waugh. Waugh throws it out to Perry, misses the net, comes up top to Truman Worst. Fires it across to Fish. Fish fires it on net, doesn't get through. Leaving in the corner. Perry loses it. Thunderbirds able to get out of the zone here. They'll chip it to the neutral zone, and here come the T-Birds across the blue line. And nice job there by Clark as he got 2 players on him and still is able to get the shot off. It goes wide, but good individual effort there by number 16 for the Rampage, Brody Clark. Shot by Farr behind the net. Fired around the boards. Kept in by the T-Birds. In the corner, Worst on it, thrown up front and out of the zone. No icing here. Rampage will get a change. At least a couple of their players. Lindsay and Bryson. Big hit there by Rockenbach. Just lays out Rose. Rose is taking a beating today.
Rose is having a rough game. He's still working hard. He's still getting in amongst it. So he's in those positions.
Oh,
jeez, man.
So you can see that coming. And what's Lindsay doing? Get Lindsay out of there.
You already got a call, bud.
Rose, obviously frustrated, just skates right into the back. And Lindsay's going to the box.
That was stupid.
You just can't understand.
I mean, Rose makes a clearly stupid play. He's going to get penalized for it. And you negate if that's a 10 and a 2, you immediately negate at least the 2 advantage that you're going to get. Sure, Rose is going to be on the bench for 10 minutes now, but you have no advantage. That's the undisciplined play. It's uncaused penalties, uncaused errors. You brought that on yourself, and that just kills you.
I'd be sitting Lindsay the rest of the game. That is absolutely unacceptable. Your season's on the line. You're down 2 goals. Rose loses his cool. Obviously, cheap shot. He's going to the box, and no reason. What's that extra shot going to do? And so Lindsay completely loses his cool there. I don't know. Again, tough guy play. I don't know what that's all about, but he goes to the box, negates the power play, and unfortunately, the Rampage with a great opportunity. It's thrown right down the gutter by an undisciplined play by number 5, Garrett Lindsay. Hate to be on the guy, but just a dumb play.
And they negated the penalty, so it's going to be 5-on-5 here rather than 5-on-4 for 2 minutes for the Rampage.
And Rose, if he does get 10 minutes, he's probably thrilled to take 10 minutes and sit in the box and recoup some of the bumps and bruises that he's been taking. I can't believe Rose did that. I'm surprised they even keeping him in the game, but again, unfortunate for Lindsay, but got to keep your cool in a situation like this. I know his teammates were not happy with him.
Yeah, you have to recognize a gift when you get it. You cannot let your emotions squander it. Make sure if you're going to do something like that, if you're going to go after somebody, if you're going to make a big hit, make sure it's legal. Make sure it's between the whistles. Anything after the whistles, you deserve to sit.
Maddock will take the draw to the right of lead. So an opportunity squandered there, and it's 5-on-5 hockey still. Rampage win the draw. Wilkinson fires it off the shin pad, and the Thunderbirds able to clear the zone. Picked up though by Scott. He'll throw it down deep. Chased after here by Elrod. Up the boards, kept in by Burback, but here comes the T-Birds. Able to break that up. They'll have to turn back. It'll be Lauer back to his defenseman. Cycles it back up the boards to Lauer. Nice pass out from Lauer to get it out of the zone. And here comes the T-Birds. Fire it on to far, up into the netting. And we'll get a face-off outside the zone. Clock ticking here, 9:44. Thunderbirds up by 2. Rampage in a must-win game. Have got to find a way to crawl out of this 2-goal deficit.
Yeah, no, you don't want to leave fate up to other teams. You know, the Tigers are looking at this hungrily, hoping the Rampage lose, because if they win, they're in. So the Rampage need to make sure that they can take their fate, their destiny into their own hands here.
The Tigers are still going to have to beat the Rough Riders this afternoon, but certainly instead of eliminating them before the game, you're absolutely right, David. You don't want to have somebody else's fate decide yours. Human Worst loses the puck in the neutral zone. Nice play there by Waugh to keep it alive. Worst will skate after it. Thunderbirds maintain possession. Hard around the boards. Out of the zone it comes. And a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Here comes an opportunity for the T-Birds. Shot on net. Fired wide. Gwen was going hard to that far post. Couldn't quite connect.
Carter puck was up on its side. Carter couldn't really control it, so he just decided to put it towards the net and hope for the best.
Knocking back fires around the boards. Picked up there by the Thunderbirds. That's Templeton. He'll fire it cross ice deep. High stick played there by Rockenbach. Might as well touch it. We're going to get a face off to the right or far. A crucial face off here. 8:46 left to go as that time just keeps ticking away. So really disappointing weekend for the Colorado Thunderbirds, hosting the state playoffs. 14-team eliminated. All 3 games.
In the Rampage.
Disappointing for the Rampage. 14-team eliminated. The 15-team eliminated last night. An overtime loss for the Rough Riders. 6 teams were eliminated. An 0-3 weekend for them, which was extremely surprising. And then the lone team left for the Rampage, this 18 team, potentially squandering an opportunity to punch their ticket to the finals. We'll see what happens as this clock winds down. 8:30 left to go. Up on the half wall. T-Birds will chip it back down behind the net. maintaining possession in their D zone. Back to the opposite half wall and chipped out of the zone in the middle of the ice. And the Thunderbirds able to throw it in on far. It went off of Wilkinson, picked up by Burback here. Burback now skating with some speed through the neutral zone, makes his first move, and he's going to skate all the way down the ice with it. Gets it knocked off his stick just inside the blue line. Thunderbirds clear it. Far is going to have to stop it as it's thrown down on net. No icing. Wilkinson will pick it up, slow it down, and here come the Rampage as the Thunderbirds are going to go into trap mode. As you can see, 3 guys back, lining that blue line, 1 guy in the middle. They're playing a classic 1-4 trap in the neutral zone here. Just going to try to plug everything up, not let the Rampage come through with any speed.
You're going to see a lot of, as a result of that, you're most likely going to see a lot of dumping from the Rampage, trying to get the puck down into the zone and win the race. Luckily, they're fortuitous enough to get an icing here from the Thunderbirds. They'll be able to set up in the zone. But like you said, that trap can be quite dangerous if you're not prepared for it. If you're not coming in with speed, if you're not coming in with, prepared for it, you usually end up just chipping it and potentially losing the puck.
Well, with the 2-goal lead this late in the game, as the Thunderbirds, you're able to change your system. You're able to change your neutral zone forecheck, stay back, take no chances. I doubt we're going to see any either defenseman pinching. We're going to see a lot of chips into the neutral zone, a lot of dumps. They just want to try to keep the puck out of their zone as much as possible. Rampage have got to win the draw and get some opportunities here quickly. Fish now throws it back in the corner behind the net, picked up by Waugh. He tries to get it to Perry. No happenings there, and Thunderbird's able to clear. They'll come across the red line and hold up, chip it into the corner. Sellers now with it. Sellers throws it in the middle of the ice. Carter can't quite connect. And Sellers tried to cycle it back to Carter, picked off there by Wurst, and here comes Perry. Perry across the blue line, passes it over to Waugh. Waugh shot on net, easy save made by Lee. Leven goes hard to the net, but he'd already covered it. And we'll get another face-off to his right. Face-offs. Face-off plays become crucial. Hopefully over the season, these guys have got a nice array of plays that they can run. And you get the right player out there on the face-off dot to take the draw. They've got to run something here. We'll see what they do. Got to win it first. That'll be number 28, Colin Kreisen, taking this draw. He gets kicked out. And Molenpaw will have to take his place. Rampage win it. And it's chipped back in the corner and Ogle with it. Skates behind the net into the other corner. He'll cycle it back to Kreisen. Kreisen gets tripped up. Molenpaw helping out there. And Ogle tries to throw it on net, misses it, and the Thunderbirds, here they come out of the zone. Rocking back. Playing the defense, puck going to the back of the net. And Ogle helps out there. And puck thrown around the boards to a far half wall shot on net, blocked by Rockenbach. And another pass here, Thunderbirds maintaining possession, another shot goes high and wide out of the zone. Rampage will get a change. Rampage are looking tired on the ice right now. With 6:06 left. Another opportunity here for the Thunderbirds inside the zone. As they skate, throw it out front, nobody home. Radek clears it, and here comes Elrod. Elrod with some speed. Elrod covered up by 2 Thunderbirds players, doing a nice job of allowing anything offensively to happen as the Rampage steps in. Shot on net blocked. Radek will chase after it. Thunderbirds throw it up the zone, kept in by Wilkinson. Down to the half wall to Elrod. He takes a hit. Back on the stick of Elrod. He can't quite control it. And Thunderbird's able to dump it in on far. They'll knock it over to Burback. And here comes Grant Burback up the ice. And he gets it. Another turnover there in the danger zone. Gage Perry now picks it up, just coming off the bench to Wilkinson. Through the middle, tried to hit number 8, Chase Leven. And he just tips it on Lee. 5:15 left to go. And frankly, David, the Thunderbirds controlling the game to some extent by just keeping that puck active and moving, not allowing the Rampage to set up, get any quality scoring chances, and this clock is running down.
We need more urgency out of the Rampage if they're going to pull this through. I mean, that right now you see a mixture. There's some with ultimate urgency. There's some that seem to be sitting back, kind of resigned to their fate. And, with just a 2-goal lead right now, keeping them down. This is no time to give up. This is time to put shots on net because you have plenty of time to put 2 goals past.
Thunderbirds 3-on-2 now. Wurst and Fish back. There's a shot on net. Bauer makes a save. Spears it to the corner. Wrapped around to Liam Waugh. He'll get bottled up there by Salmons. Sellers helps out. Sellers will go to the bench for a change. And Fish able to get it back to Wurst. Wurst up to Perry. Perry to Fish. Here comes Fish now. With a little bit of speed. He'll cross ice, dump it. And the Thunderbirds hammer. Reverses the flow back behind the net. And Clark with it. Clark will flip it out. Kept in there by Truman Wurst. Looks like it hit somebody on the bench. Or he didn't get it. I don't think maybe it went out of the zone here. We'll get an offsides call, it looks like. 4:25 now as this clock just seems like it's on overdrive.
Just keeps on going. I feel like it was in the 7 minutes just 30 seconds ago.
And Scott loses the draw. Thunderbirds gain possession and control here in the neutral zone. Errant pass the middle, picked up there, and there's a blind backhand pass by Radek, and it's turned over again. That's going to...
Panic passes aren't going to get you anywhere. You need to pass with intent and pass to a stick.
Another 10 seconds killed off there for that miscue, and Scott now has it turned over again. Wilkinson keeps it on the point. Thunderbirds just trying to chip it out, and they're able to do it again. Here comes the Teavers now with a jump. Good job by Wilkinson. Help out his defensive partner, Burback. Wilkinson's got to get his stick down on the ice here. 3:45 left to go. Brody Park in the corner. Scott Wilkinson got it all tied up. Here comes the Rampage in the neutral zone as Park and Scott get untied. An opportunity here by Templeton. Top point, he'll throw it down in the corner. That's Forgrave. Forgrave throws it to the far corner, and Rampage trying to get it out of the zone here. Thunderbirds doing a good job keeping it bottled up. Wilkinson behind the net. He's got some time here. 3 minutes and 10 seconds. There's got to be some urgency. They've got to go here.
Yeah. No, Wilkinson's got to come out. I understand he's tired, but you want to start the drive with some sort of speed. So get up, get your wings moving, have them get a little bit of speed, pass it off, and get off the ice. But coming up that slow, I mean, they were able to get into the zone, but it's just not how you want to start something this late in the game.
Perry battling behind the net with it. He comes out of the puck into the corner. Taking a look. He fires it on net. We're going to get a penalty on the Thunderbirds, so with 2:43 left to go. Rampage are going to have a power play opportunity. Untimely penalty to take for the T-Birds. So they're still alive.
Here's
the
chance.
To move quickly here with only 2:43 left to go here in the game.
Yeah.
A really disappointing loss.
Well, they got 2 minutes here. 2 minutes here to make up one of those goals. Ideally they'd get it done quickly. Looks like Coach Clark will take a timeout here. But they have 2 minutes here. They're going to be on the power play. They're going to have the opportunity to get a goal in. That's really all you got to do at this point. You need something just to kind of get the momentum back in your side, make a play, make something positive, get that spark back on your bench, and then ideally you'll have enough time left to tie it up. So, it's a great opportunity for the Rampage here. They need to absolutely make the most of it.
We'll take a break here on the World Sports Broadcasting Network. We'll be back here for the conclusion of this third period. Welcome back. Quick water break for David and I. We've got a late night tonight, 2 more games to go. This one feels long.
This has been a long game so far. Lots of whistles and whatnot. Be sure to join us back here at 4:15 in about 45 minutes here. We'll have another game here between the Tigers and the Rough Riders at the 18U level. It's going to be another one that'll be a deciding game in who goes to the finals.
Potentially, if the Rampage can't pull it off, it certainly will be, and it'll be, rest assured, all the Rampage players will be intently watching that one, as they're going to be rooting for the Rough Riders for a big win if they can't pull this one out. Chased after there. Rampage desperately needing to gain possession. Thunderbirds are doing a good job bottling it up, killing time here. Wow. Gets pinned against the boards. They got to get it up top somehow. They do. Burback now with it. Back to the half wall. Set up there by Radek. Radek around to Wall. Wall will try to change directions. He's pressured. And Rampage unable to gain possession. Now they do. Here's Scott up top. Scott makes a move. Shot on net. It just goes wide. As Thunderbirds do a good job plugging up the passing and shooting lanes, and Burbach has to skate after it. Here comes Burbach. 2 minutes left to go here in the game. And the Rampage trying to get it set up. Elrod gets some help from Scott. Scott walks off the wall. Fires it on net. Lee makes the save. Burbach will skate down into the half wall to pick it up. Fires it down behind the net. Waugh with it. Waugh to Burbach. Shot. Lee. Save. Puck thrown around the boards and out of the zone. We'll get an icing here. As Lee standing tall, making a couple saves there with 1:36 left to go. I would consider pulling the goaltender here, and they do. So Hunter Farr comes to the bench. It'll be 6-on-4 now for the next 54 seconds. Minute 36 on the clock. 4 seconds on the clock on the Thunderbirds power play. So they'll put Rockenbach out there as the 6th player. My assumption is they'll throw him net front, his big body. Wilkinson, Worst, Fish. So interesting choice here. 4 defensemen on the ice for the Rampage. Puck's loose. Back up top to Fish. Fish shot on net. They've got traffic in front. Wilkinson in front. Rockenbach in front. And there's an errant backhand pass made by Elrod, and that's going to kill a bunch of time. So again, that line backhand pass, take the time, gain possession, tape to tape, and that could be the nail in the coffin. We'll see what happens here in the next minute. 1 minute left to go. Perry can't handle it at
Another
the
one.
blue line.
Gotta look.
And Fish comes back to play it. Thunderbirds, Templeton keeps it alive.
Minute left.
Less than a minute left to go in this one. 10 seconds left to go on the man advantage for the Rampage. Thunderbirds plug it up in the neutral zone. Rampage able to get it deep. They'll have to chase after it. Elrod after it. Lee throws it up the middle of the ice. Kept in there momentarily. And out of the zone it comes. 30 seconds left to go. Burbach. As time just continues to wind down quickly here. Burbach to Perry. Perry to Radek. On to Lee. Lee plays it with his stick and fires it out of the zone. And there's a shot on net. And that'll do it. 21 seconds left. Carter, as it looked like Lee was trying to make the shot himself. He was going for the goal. But it ends up on Carter's stick. He fires it to the back of the net. And it's a 5-2 hockey game, or a 4-2 hockey game. My fault. Two-goal lead now, and that'll seal it up. And what a disappointing turn of events for the Colorado Rampage. Just unable to get much traction this weekend. So they'll finish up pool play competition, 1 win and 2 losses. The only win coming a 5-2 victory over the Tigers, who play next against the Rough Riders. If the Rough Riders beat the Tigers will also have a 1-2 record. That goes head-to-head. The Thunderbirds will have a 1-2 record, so who knows? I don't even know the tiebreaker at that point. So this game certainly throws a lot into it.
We'll have to look at it.
It's a possibility the Thunderbirds end up in the finals.
You never know. That's why these head-to-heads, the goal differentials, all that stuff, it's so important in the playoffs and in these tournaments to see who stacks up, because you could have a terrible weekend, but if you did well during those terrible games, you never know. You could put yourself in a good position.
Clock winds down, and that'll do it. So the Thunderbirds, I guess I didn't think about the potential 3-way tiebreaker. And the T-Birds will stay alive here, as the Rampage will finish pool play competition with a 1-2 record. Thunderbirds finish 1-2. The Tigers 1-1, playing the Rough Riders next. We'll see what happens there. If the Tigers lose 3 teams at 1-2, the Rough Riders will finish at 3-0, and we'll have to look at the tiebreaker. We'll see if we get a rundown on that between games here. Thanks for tuning in. This was a fun broadcast. Disappointing for the Rampage. Congratulations to the Thunderbirds as they potentially stay alive, as the fate now in the hands of the Colorado Springs Tigers. And we'll see what happens. We'll be back on the air at 4:15.
It's about half an hour here.
Riders will take a half-hour break, get the ice cleaned up. Thanks for joining this broadcast on behalf of myself, Sean Hathaway, and David Cunliffe on color commentary. Thanks to Carson Moon Owens. This has been Rampage TV. We'll be back here at 4:15 for the last set of 18U pool play games between the Rough Riders and the Tigers.